morning and welcome to The Sun Down Under, the home of I'm A Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here for The Sun newspaper and the sun.co.uk. Here with Deputy TV Editor Felicity Cross, camped out here on Australia's Gold Coast, bringing you all the hot gossip from camp, from, admittedly, a very rainy Queensland. More on the weather later, but first, let's get into last night's show. Yesterday I said I wished there were two of me because there was just too much for one person to deal with. Well, today I need at least five because last night Nigel Farage had to eat 4 penises on a pizza, and that is just too much for my tiny mind to comprehend alone.
Have you eaten penis before?
Jesus.
Not regularly, no.
What? It's a genuine question. People eat it.
Oh, God.
No. I mean, this would not be top of the list.
No.
Stunning television. This is where ITV really come into their own. These kind of funny, non-offensive, harmless gags of Nigel Farage, politician, Brexiteer, loved by many, hated by many, having to eat a pizza laden with all that kind of jungle filth. So, he had to eat what they called a quattro formaggio pizza slice, which had members from sheep, bull, pig and crocodile layered on top. And, I mean, predictably, it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Is it going to win a BAFTA? Is it going to win an Oscar? Maybe not. But is it going to win the people's vote? I think so. The people's vote is something that ITV are going to be looking at quite keenly over the next couple of days especially, as the launch show ratings are in and probably aren't what ITV were hoping for, to be honest. The sad truth is they are down on last year, some 2.5 million people less tuning in. But the good news is it was still the biggest entertainment launch of the year. In terms of people tuning in live to watch it, it beat Strictly, it beat Britain's Got Talent, it beat Dancing on Ice, which means that for now, I'm A Celebrity is still the biggest entertainment show in town. And actually, perhaps the real story here is just that people don't really sit down and watch telly in the same way anymore. You know, they're catching up on their commute the next day, they're watching on their lunch break. So I really believe that once we add those consolidated figures of people watching online, watching on their phones, we're going to see a real boost in those figures. And probably one day we'll stop talking about them altogether, because nowadays people just don't sit on their sofas in the same way. Anyway, that's enough shop talk. I know you're not here for that. You're here to find out what's going to be coming up on tonight's show, and you want to hear some gossip, don't you? I just know it. So here we go. So the big news coming out of camp yesterday was that Jamie Lynn Spears is considered a flight risk by crew, and there's more on that today. So we told already how she's looking flaky. She seems miserable. She's not involving herself in camp life in the same way as the other celebrities. She's staying in bed longer and all the rest of it. All the signs that you're looking for someone who might not stay the course. And of course, she's got form. She quit America's version of SAS Who Dares Wins after just 2 days because she said she missed her kids too much. Well, last night, she opened up to campmates and said she was missing her kids.
I'm just sad. I just miss my kids, so it's easier to just be asleep.
Look, they all acted. They're all trying to keep her there. I think they recognise that she needs help. Really sweetly, Danielle, former EastEnders star, Danielle Harold, she ran her a bath, a nice hot bath. And I think we can all agree with Danielle. She said the bath is like gold. It fixes everyone. ITV will be hoping that it does to save their big signing. Back to Nigel Farage. Now, we're all laughing at him eating those pizzas in camp, and certainly there was a chat last night about Brexit for the first time. But aside from that, we probably should remember that he is a man with a family. Now, we reveal in today's Sun newspaper all about the security that he has to still employ in his life just to go about his everyday life. You can read about this in the paper, but we tell how he is forced to take a security guard outside the office at GB News, even when he goes for a fag break. He still worries that he's going to be targeted by the far left. There's been activists and extremists over his time in the spotlight. Once, for example, in 2015, his whole family were targeted when they were just out having a Sunday roast. We hear from a source who says Nigel might not have been in politics for a little while, but he remains a target for far-left extremists. He's naturally therefore taken steps to ensure his safety. Now, we already know that he's been permitted to take those cigarettes into the jungle, but I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't need a bodyguard, maybe just to protect him from those snakes and spiders. And that's not all. Here's a few pieces of quickfire gossip from back home. Former campmate Charlene White has told The Sun all about the behind-the-scenes information for her Walk the Plank trial, which she faced in 2022. Now, she's revealed that one secret is the crew never tell you how far your safety rope, how long slack there is there. She says they refuse to tell you. You don't know if you're falling a little bit or halfway down the building. It makes it incredibly nerve-wracking. Oh, having seen that building, it really does make my knees tremble. Elsewhere, Rylan Clark has revealed that I'm A Celebrity bosses this year tried to get him to sign up. Oh, what a shame he didn't. It would just be amazing. He would be serving in camp, and we know we'd already have a bunch of laughs from him. He said on Twitter, "I just know one day I'll get drunk and say yes and hate every minute of it." Cheeky ITV quickly started taunting him, saying, "Sign here." He hit back, "Go away." To be honest, I don't blame him. The weather. I've already mentioned this. It's vile out here. It's raining, it's cold, and I'm just thinking that's all going to be adding to that miserable feeling in camp, particularly if anyone's looking a little bit wobbly, like Jamie Lynn. So what have we got coming up the rest of this week? I think moving forwards we're going to see an increasingly more miserable camp. Not to get all Michael Fish on you, but the weather has got increasingly worse here on the Gold Coast. It does not stop raining and the wind is really picking up. And there's nothing like soggy socks, sitting around that campfire. Morale is going to be dipping, and this is when the celebs are really going to start to struggle. I think we're going to see some more sniping, a lot more Brexit bust-ups, and a little bit more infighting among the campmates. Poor Nella, she's been voted for her second trial in a row. She's going to be facing the No Time to Cry trial, so that'll be on tonight's episode. It looks like there's going to be crocodiles, she's going to be under the water, and it looks scary. You never know though, the happy campers, they might push through. Maybe Sam Thompson's got another JLS dance up his sleeve.
She makes me wanna, yeah! I feel great.
Or Nella's got another cackle to share. So we'll see. Join me tomorrow for another edition of The Sun Down Under, when I'll be digging into all the thrills and spills of what's going on in camp this week. I've been Felicity Cross, Deputy TV Editor for The Sun. Add me to your playlist to keep up with everything that's happening.